Hello guys, and welcome to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at SpringMeadow Farm. SpringMeadow Farm is based on a fictional location with prime arable and grasslands, a lovely ford running over the road. Make sure you reduce your speed going through it and don't try to take the combine through it. That's what's in the description over on farmingsimulator.com, which is where I found this particular map. This map has 41 fields, a BGA with a woodchip sell point, 3 animal farms, 1 big arable farm, a medium forest, Mudmod is installed for PC. This map is seasons ready, which means it does have a snow mask installed. There's a ford going over the road, not suitable for a combine to cross. So hopefully we will find that on our tour of the map. The map also has a machinery shop and grain sell point, as well as root crop storage. So, as I said, I found this map over at farmingsimulator.com's website in the mod hub. This map is in the beta section, and you can find a link to the map below in the description. So let's just go ahead and jump on in here. Let's deselect all and pick up our John Deere Gator. Let's pull up the log. Now, ignore these 3 warnings. 1 relates to the toolbox mod, and 2 relate to a map that I'm using for a live stream series. So they are completely unrelated to the map itself. Let's take a look back here, and as you can see, the map loads up error-free, and we've got a fair bit of starting equipment. Let's go ahead and jump on in. So the first thing I noticed when I was looking at this map is the grass has a I have not seen this particular color to the grass in any map to this point. So let's go ahead and take a look at the map. So it's a smallish map. I think this is on a 4x field. So if you think about this in the standpoint, if you put this in the corner, it might be a little smaller than the base map, but it looks a little smallish. We got our standard crops on this map. Let's take a look and see what fields we own at the start. Let's start here at the top. We own fields 10, 5, 30, 40, 33, 17, and 18. And we're going to click off some of these things so it's a little easier to see the particular shapes of some of these fields. Like this field kind of wraps around something here. Overall, most of the fields are fairly square. This field's rather interesting. We've got a big old square patch here of concrete. Let's go ahead and so that's the BGA that field wraps around. Let's go ahead and we've got 1 main sell point to buy all of our grains. And then we have the spinnery, the biogas plant, and the barn to buy our hay, straw, and grass. So here's all of our starting equipment, and you see it's all fairly new. None of it is leased. And let's go ahead and take out a loan so we can buy some NMLs. Okay. And we have all 3 animal types on this map. We have sheep, pigs, and cows. We start with no particular animals on the map and nothing in the various feeding areas. And our silo has a capacity of 100,000 liters. So let's go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment. So we start out with 3 tractors that range in horsepower from 435 down to 390. So we've got some pretty beefy tractors here to start out with. We have a telehandler with a bale fork. We've got the large New Holland harvester with grain header. Tipper, we have the large cultivator, a fairly decent sized plow. We got the horse seeder. Fertilized spreader, fertilized sprayer, the weeder, our butterfly and front pottinger mowers. We have our tedder, a rake, our forage wagon, a square baler, our pickup truck. We have a silo king for our cows, and interesting enough, we have a wood chipper also on this map as part of our starting equipment. So we're going to lease up our gator so we can drive around. Let's take a look and find the shop. So the shop is right here. There's our gator. Let's go ahead and hit reset and see what happens to it. Alright, so where is it? So it's directly to our right. So it does reset back to the farm. It must be around the corner. So let's go ahead and take a look around the farm. So we've got our chickens here. Hopefully the chicken eggs are in some common location, because I would hate to have to run around this and try to find the chicken eggs. I think I would never be able to find them myself. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the main farmyard here. So here we have a water fill point. Here's our main silo system with our pipe out. And our tip in is here under this little shed. So this is nice with seasons. We'll be able to empty our grain, but we won't be able to fill our grain if it's actively snowing, because this isn't covered. So that's going to be something to pay attention to. We've got our mowers here with our Valtra. Oh, there's our gator. We have fertilizer fill tanks and seed fill tanks here. Some additional equipment. A fair bit of storage here at the main farm area to place all kinds of equipment around here. Then we have our fuel over there in the corner. Let's just zoom out a little bit and just take a little gander at the map. You see lots of fields are covered in hedges here. Looks like we have a rundown castle that we'll go check out. Oh, what's this? We have a rundown, looks like an old manure spreader. Alright, so let's go ahead and I guess we'll go around the map in a clockwise direction. So when I was, oh, here's the, let's check this out. So here's the river where the ford, where the guy said don't try to take a harvester through it. I'm a little curious as to what will happen if you put a harvester through it. That's pretty neat. That's a an interesting concept that I have not yet seen on a map. So when I was checking this map out earlier, I don't think there are missions on this map. We're going to check out a couple fields here just to verify that. Got our rusty old gates here. Alright, so currently no mission is available. Field 4 is 2.96 hectares, almost 3 hectares in size, and $239,000. We have our fuel fill point here. Looks like field 30. This is one of the fields that we own here. So while we're in here, let's go ahead and see if these hedges have collisions. They do indeed. So you're not going to be driving through these things. So this is a map where you're going to need to put in a headland around these hedges so that you'll have an easier way of turning around. Let's go down here and check this field out. Yep, that field also has hedge also has collisions. So here's another field with no mission available. We got a hot air balloon up there. So with no mission available, you're not going to be merging these fields together. They're pretty much set how they are. But the only thing you can do is expand them all the way out to the hedge, and I don't know why you'd want to do that. That's just that just seems like way too much work. So we'll go ahead and check these two fields out again to confirm that we are not seeing missions. No mission available. 5.84 hectares. And 7.55. Again, no mission available. So that road appears to just go off the edge of the map. So let's go on down here. Looks like we've got maybe a sell point over here. We have a sign. What does the sign say? SpringMeadow Spinnery and SpringMeadow Grains. Here we have the grain dump point, and here we have our wool sell point, and where we can sell our hay, straw, and grass. So this is the kind of the one-stop shop for selling pretty much anything that you want. Now that's a little depressing. The lines here are elevated; they're not quite on the same level of the road. And around back, it does look like we have some small storage to park little things like this in. But that's about all you're going to get in that little shed. Alright, let's keep on motoring on down the road here. Our vehicle shop is over here on the right. I'm going to go down this lane and check this out. This is where we've got that interesting Field 17 that we own that wraps around this house, which also appears to be an egg buy point. This is a very interestingly shaped field on how it kind of wraps around the house and everything. So we're going to go down here to the cow area. I believe this is the cow area. Check it out. See what the sign says. Beware beware of sheep, and we've got a sheep catching a frisbee. That is hilarious. Alright, so this is the sheep area. Here's where our wool pallets will spawn, and we have our water trough and our grass trough. Let's check for the trigger size. We will be able to feed and water our sheep from outside here. Has this also got a trigger on it? This does not. So this area, you cannot feed your sheep through here. This looks like a trough, but that does not function. This is where we're going to buy our sheep. Alright. And there they are. Our sheep have a nice grass area here to roam around in. Nice kind of little hilly areas. Wonder what this is. It's a trigger for something. I guess is that a fuel icon? That is. Okay, so that's a fuel station. So I assume if I pull up here, I'll be able to, yep, I can refuel. Alright. Let's check the map and see if there's any reason to go south. It doesn't look like there is a reason to go south. We've just got some more fields down there. So we're going to double back and go to the shop next. Oh, wait. I wonder, this road appears to go to the cow area. We better go down there. You know what? It looks like there's some buildings down south. So let's go ahead and take it down south and check that out. We got a couple houses here lined up, nice yards in the back, and then we just have some what appears to be just some sheds. So if we buy some, if we buy fields down here, we'll be able to store equipment down here without a problem. Okay, so let's go on up here and see if we can't find our way into the cow area. I'll try not to tell you all one of my favorite cheesiest cow jokes of Farm Sim. We have a nice, oh, there's our mud. There's our mud. We have a nice long road here, wide. We've got grass growing in the middle. Let's see if we can... This is stealth mud. Usually you can see the mud by the color of the ground, but this mud is what I call stealth mud. So this is pretty heavy mud. Alright. Let's go back here and check out this sign. SpringMeadow I don't know what that word is. Is that Dawes? I don't know what that is. Big old wide lane here. Double gates. Kind of a center square here with a tree and a water tower. We got one of our tractors over here with the Silo King. And it appears that we have a fairly large grass area here that looks like we'll probably be able to mow. And then we have what appears to be a couple silage bunkers. Or maybe just one silage bunker. Let's just check our F1 menu. Yep, there's the chaff fill level and compacting triggers. Now I want to check over here. This area kind of looks like it could be also silage, and it is. This is also a silage bunker. This is kind of an earthen pit bunker. So we have our not so much traditional, but our Farm Sim standard bunkers here, and then we've got a couple sunk down earthen bunkers. Plenty of building storage here. We have our manure and slurry points over here, and then we have our cow shed. Pretty standard Farm Sim 17 cow shed over here. It's a long silage feed trough. We haven't quite seen where we will buy our animals. They must be inside here. Not seeing the trigger. Let's run around a little bit and see if we can't find where that animal buy trigger is. Ah, here we go. Alright. Threw me for a loop because usually it's on this side of the building, I think. There's our cow area. Are you ready for my cheesy cow joke? This is our cow zone, everybody. I remember the mod contest. I started calling this the cow zone, and I just kept constantly cracking myself up. Anyway, we got our water trough here and our secondary grass trough. I really like this area. I like how these trees are kind of planted in a elevated mound area. I really do like the color texture on this grass. Like I said, it's not a color I've seen on lots of maps. Alright, let's keep on keeping it on here and see if we can't find the pig area. I'm also curious to see if the other side of the road coming into this area is as muddy as the side that we took. I'm kind of hoping that it's not. Mud's fun and all, but it can be done to excess. And you know, if you splatter it a little bit, that's cool, but if it really slows you down to where you can't hardly get anywhere, then that's when I think it's a little bit to excess. Alright, so we got field 21. That's a pretty big field. Let's take a look and see how big that is. 10.28 hectares, $800,000. I think that might be the biggest field on the map. Let's check 2. Let's check field 2. 11.67. That's new. That's in the lead. And where's field? Oh, we own field 10, so we can't necessarily check that one out. So field 2 and 21 are two of the bigger fields on the map. Where am I at? Oh. Here we go. We got a pond over here with some cars. Oh, we got a... I'm guessing that's a water fill tap. Alright. That's the mud causing me to spin out. Like I said, we've got the stealth Mudmod in here, so we're not going to be able to see where the mud is. Actually, I think if I... Oh, I hit the fence. I was looking ahead, and I think if I look ahead at the right angle, I can see where the mud is, and as such, I can kind of avoid it. Because the mud has a little bit of a darker dirt texture. And like anybody that's had a gravel driveway or a long driveway that is not paved, you kind of learn where the bumps are, and you kind of learn how to drive down the road at a decent clip without jarring your teeth loose. Whereas visitors will come in, they'll go super slow and manage to hit every little pothole in your driveway, but whenever you come in, it's usually like 4 times faster, and it's a nice smooth drive because you just know where to run. So I assume if you play this map long enough, you'll figure out where the mud is and ways to avoid it. All right. Here's our equipment shop. We've got our we got a baler on display here. We've got some tractors on the back. This is where we got our shop icon. Here's our customize and sell point. We have fuel. Again, we've got some display tractors around back here. Kind of liven up the zone a little bit. We got a these doors open? Nope. Got a oil pit. Gonna have to go back around the other side of the building. Got another tractor on display. We got a telehandler here on display. Overall, a very attractive shop for a small, modest map like this. Alright, looks like we've got the BGA coming up on our left and the animal buy point on our right. Let's go ahead and duck on in our BGA here and check it out. So we come on in, we go through the scale here. Got our Silo King here to the left. Got our wood chip biomass plant here to the left. Several bunkers here to our right. And our digestate tank is... Where is our digestate? There it is. And here we are. This is where we have our digestate trigger. Pretty normal. Let's go on this way. This is a pretty nice little map. Interesting field arrangement. We've got some square fields, some not so square fields. Like I said, I'm really a big fan of the color of the grass. Not a super big fan of mud. I really think the mud should be toned down on some maps. So here we got our animal trigger to buy our animals if we want to pick them up and deliver them to the particular farm they're associated with. Let's go on up here. So the pigs are up to the north, so let's go ahead and find our way on up there. Looks like we also have a forested area up here. Not a huge fan of the trees. Not a huge fan of the trees at all. I'm getting some serious frame hits here on these trees. They look nice, but they're killing my performance. I don't know if you all can tell that, but they are absolutely killing my performance here. Let's get out of here. So when I'm not looking at the trees, I'm at a solid 60. When I start looking at the trees, I drop down to 30. So this is not cool. Look away, 60. Look at them, 30. I'm just sitting here looking at trees. Not so cool. I'm not too much of a big fan of that. I am kind of interested to see what the sign says. SpringMeadow Forestry Services, from sapling to sawdust. I do love my leaning trees. We got a leaning tree there. Are sunk down in the mud to their axles. So try to get up out of here. This is probably going to take us, it looks like here's our root crop storage. So here we can store our root crops should we wish. And over here we've got some buildings, and we've got our wood chipper stored over here. But again, I'm not really so keen on those trees and what they're doing to my frame rate, so we're just going to try to not look at them anymore. Alright, let's see. We're making our way up to the pig area right now. So field 10, which is this field off to the left, we own. See, it's a pretty sizable field in its own right. There's field 8. And again, as best I can tell, this map does not have missions enabled on it. So we're coming up here to the pig area. Once again, it's a pretty basic pig area. Oops, we've got some storage sheds. Here we have our slurry pit, our manure pit, and this is where we buy our piggies. And there they are. It's a pretty big pig yard. Got some trees in here, some pig shelters, and of course the obligatory pig mud. Let's go over here and check out this castle, and then we will call this a map video. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already done so, please click the like button if you like this video. If you like this video and you want to see and get notifications of future map videos, please go ahead and subscribe. We try to put out map videos every Tuesday and Thursday. And then we are also doing at this time a single player challenge where we stream our progress going through seasons through 3 years. We try to do that during the week in the evenings, and we are almost done. We've got another year or so to go on that challenge, which should take about a month to finish out. I want to thank everybody for watching, as I said, and encourage you to check out some of the links to some other great YouTube content creators in the description. They are all associated members of the Three Dudes Gaming Network. Myself, Eustace Farmer, and Grizzly Bear Sims are three dudes. We are the Three Dudes. We are the admins of the Three Dudes website. I encourage you to check out that website. And also encourage you to check out the PCSG community. So Field 3 is almost 10 hectares, $800,000. And it's a very nice sized grass field, grass meadow. We do have some trees up here, and we do have our big old castle ruin kind of in the middle of it. But there's still plenty of grass in here to do your mowing's content on. So until next time, guys, happy farming.